Of all the things in the greenhouse, I'm only gonna keep a few things, and they're more kind of minimalistic, more my taste. And then I've brought a few plants here already from the greenhouse at home, which I'll be cleaning out later on. My bonsai, this one is, I would say about 10 years old, maybe a little bit older. And then my Gardena vertical planter. So my idea today, just to get things growing, is to set up my planter inside the greenhouse. And I have some seedlings on the go that I want to pop into the pockets here. You know, there's so many things that I could be doing inside the house right now, but I really need to get out and do something in the garden. It's been exactly 3 weeks since we got the keys to the house, and we've been doing nothing other than painting and renovating and getting that ready for habitation. And I'm desperate to do something outside. Unfortunately, I have an entire greenhouse to clear out, and we're taking a lot of things to the recycle center. So what I'm going to do today is clear this out and maybe plant something up as well. So the inside of this old greenhouse, I'm going to keep this rack, and this is going to be perfect for putting trays of seeds and seedlings on. The floor is, well, it's seen better days, but we'll clean it up as best as we can. I'm going to try to remove some of this shade paint with some vinegar and dishwashing liquid. And there is quite a bit of mold and fungus and all kinds in here. And little bits of plastic as well. You can see plastic kind of clinging to the sides here. That's really brittle. I've got to be careful in cleaning this because I don't really want it to get into the garden. So I'll be sweeping that up and putting that in the bin. Well, the floors are swept. Now on to tidying up the windows a little bit. Guys, I've been scrubbing at this shade paint with vinegar and some dishwashing liquid, and it is not coming off. If you have any tips for me on how I can clean all of that white residue off of this glass, please let me know, because this will drive me crazy. And then also, what's up with that? Like the seam between the two pieces of glass, that looks so dirty. How can I clean that? I'm not used to actual glass greenhouses, so this is new to me. Any tips or ideas are welcome. I've scraped that moss off of the floor, and I've swept it, I've dusted it as best as I can, and I've scrubbed the glass with vinegar and soapy water. But we still have a hose pipe ban, so I can't really bring the hose pipe up here to rinse everything off. Now, Gardena found out that I still have a hose pipe ban as well, and so they've sent me this. It's a 4-in-1 gift set. It has some secateurs, has a trowel, some gloves, and a pitcher. So this is what's underneath that packaging, and we have some fantastic gloves. I love this type that are kind of fabric with rubbery fingers and palm area. And then we've got some secateurs. This will come in handy for when I plant up my planter in a little bit. And then, yes, this is going to be perfect for helping me to rinse off these soapy walls. a little ladybird. I'm gonna take her outside because this vinegar inside here can't be good for her. So just inside the greenhouse door here on the left is where I'm going to be putting my Gardena vertical planter. And I have another planting up video to show you. So that's from back in April, I think. Check that out. I used to have this by the kitchen door of my old house. And the great thing about it is that it's modular. So you can take it apart, add pieces to it, and put it in different places. And so over the winter, I'm going to keep it here inside the greenhouse. And then in the spring, I'm going to move it someplace else. I emptied them. This is probably the most practical way of transporting them because they do stack together and take up a really small space. But if you wanted to, you could actually leave the compost inside and then transport them that way. This was just easier for me. So I'm going to be starting with some fresh compost and then planting up some edibles, including some violas that I just purchased from the garden center. Also, you'll hear some whining noises in the background, and I just want to let you know that there's a race on right now. So it's the Manx Grand Prix here on the Isle of Man, and a lot of the roads are closed now for high-speed motorcycle races. So if you hear that noise in the background, that's what you're hearing. Let's get these planted up. I need to get a shot of these before I get them all mucked up. Aren't those nice? They feel really great. And I've got my trowel. Time to get digging. Right, they're all filled up. So if you're purchasing compost, one 50-liter bag will fill 4 of these troughs. And you'll notice that there are now 6. So I started off with 3, and then I got another set, and I only had 5 up at the old house, but I'm adding that 6th one here in the greenhouse. Well, the plants are all watered in now, and I think this looks fantastic. What do you think? This extra level really makes even more, use of this vertical space here. Now inside, I've got Chinese cabbage, I've got pak choi, I've got spinach, and I also have violas. And these are a type of edible flower, so you can put them into edible flower salads, or you can decorate cookies with them. All sorts of ideas for violas and other edible flowers, of course. Now, in previous videos, I've said that I'm trying to cut down on plastic in the garden, and I am. But I'm making an exception for heavy-duty, long-life plastic, such as this planter. So this is going to last a long time. It's heavy-duty, it's going to resist UV damage and breaking down, and it looks really nice. And that's important to me as well. So this guy is staying. Also makes really great use out of a quite narrow space, and you can keep building it vertically. So I have it now here in the greenhouse, but I've also had it by my kitchen door. This can also be hung on the wall as well. And if you want more information on the planter, or you want to order one yourself, I'll leave a link down in the video description. So I think that I'm going to let this grow on. I'm excited to see how the plants grow here in the greenhouse. It's getting a little bit cooler this time of the year. It is August, but on the Isle of Man, this is the beginning of autumn, really. So I'm hoping that this greenhouse will give it a little extra cover. So I'm just going to leave this guy here, and I'm going to let you know that next week we're going to be in the house. So you're going to get a full tour of the house, of us living in it, and you'll see all the final colors and our furniture and everything in situ then and there. And right now the house is absolutely crazy. So, oh,
just don't even want to show you really. But it will be better next week. If you enjoyed this video though, please give it a thumbs up, and I will be back again next week, and I'll see you then. Thanks so much for watching.